Happy Friday! It's August 10th in West Glacier, Montana, and it is a hot one out there. We are under a heat advisory today, and our best advice to you is to fill up all your water bottles, find your biggest hat, and head for the river. The whitewater section, class 2 and 3, it's pretty technical right now. It's super splashy. It's definitely the quickest way to cool off in that glacial water. Scenic stretch is fun right now too. Definitely make sure you have your PFDs on if you're going to go for a quick swim along that section. The water is still very strong. Of course, it is Flathead River. Also, if you're taking out your own boat this weekend, since we are also under a fire weather watch advisory, make sure you check your trailer chains. If they're kicking up sparks, that could cause a little grass fire, and we just don't need that right now. We are under very extreme fire danger conditions in Glacier National Park. There's been talk of moving to stage 2. If you sign up for the email version of the River Roads and Trails report, I'll send you a link to how you can check on those rapidly changing fire restrictions and conditions. So thanks for joining us for the River Roads and Trails report. Moving on to fishing, those fish are still slurping up the hoppers out there. They're also loving ants and spruce moss. Our guides are reporting that the fishing is still great and the guests are starting to catch more rainbow trout this week. So that's an interesting update from the river. Remember that heat stresses everybody out and fish are no exception, so keep them wet. So looking at the roads, all the roads that are normally open are open. Not much new to report there. There does remain the ongoing Bowman Lake construction. There is construction on Highway 2. It is summer, it is construction season. So build in a couple extra minutes to the start of whatever adventure you're headed out on this weekend. And be sure to keep up with the park's Twitter feed. They've just been awesome this year about keeping us informed on parking lot and road restrictions via Twitter. Looking at the hiking, it is definitely the height of summer out there. It is busy in the backcountry. I got to go out on a little trip last week and was so happy to see all the happy faces, friendly backpackers at all the campgrounds. Looking at the Goat Haunt area, there is a little bit of snow still on the trail from the Hole in the Wall to Boulder Pass. It's about 50 yards wide, but shouldn't give you too much trouble. Lake McDonald, the closure on the northern Highline on the way to 50 Mountain from Granite Park Chalet is still in effect. You'll, if you're camping at that Granite Park campground, you'll have to go back to the chalet to continue on that northern Highline trail. In the Lake McDonald area, Avalanche Lake is posted for bears. The closures around Sperry Chalet, Snyder Lake, and Lincoln Lake are all in effect as they have been all summer long. In Mini Glacier, Mount Alton and Mount Hinkle, which are both very popular mountains to climb, those are both closed for bear activity, which is pretty typical for this time of the year. Those bears are starting to get out there and eat those protein-rich moss as they start to put on fat for winter. Also in Mini Glacier, we're happy to report that the Iceberg Ptarmigan Lake Trail is reopened, yay, and Apecuni Falls is still closed. Cracker Lake is still posted for bear frequenting. In the Logan Pass area, the Hidden Lake Trail is also still posted for bear frequenting. It is a busy time of the year for bears. They're out eating, I read, up to 150,000 huckleberries a day, which is the equivalent in calories to 40 Big Macs. So fun facts here today on your River Roads and Trails report. Into Medicine, there's still that bridge out towards Old Man Lake on the Pitamakan Pass Trail. Other than that, all the trails are in great shape. Same thing on the Highway 2 corridor and in the North Fork. There is one somewhat new thing in the North Fork. The inside North Fork Road from Camas Creek to Logging Creek has been closed for a long time because of road damage, but we've often recommended that you take your mountain bike and go explore. That is not something you can do right now. It is also closed for bears, so it's not just closed to vehicle traffic right now, it's also closed to foot and bicycle, so that is somewhat new. Looking at the backcountry, the same closures and postings that have been going on this summer with Snyder Lake and Lincoln Lake. They're both closed for the summer. That is the only thing to report there. The campgrounds are in good shape. They're all open. They're mostly full. They've mostly been filling before 8 a.m. So if you're going this weekend, prepare accordingly. And just a second reminder, about the weather. It's supposed to be 95 today in West Glacier. They're saying it might be over 100 in Kalispell. So hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Be safe out there. We definitely recommend the rivers over the trails for this particular day of the year. Hopefully it'll be the hottest day of the summer and then we'll get back to cooler temperatures. But either way, you'll find us here next Friday for the Rivers, Roads, and Trails report. Have a great weekend.